Not him, it's not him, it's for her. Well, yeah. Change it.
Yeah, that's exactly what Dennis was saying. Could we change to mayor or just mayor, because we could have a different format.
Sure.
Okay, we'll get started. Welcome, everybody. Thinking that when I look out here and I see all these people here, boy, that would have been really nice to have all these people in our council meeting. Last 4 years. But anyways, thank you for coming this evening. Very important evening, obviously. It's District of Port Hardy's inaugural council meeting. And it's being held at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, November the 1st, 2022. And I would like to respectfully acknowledge that we're on the traditional territory of the Kwagyu peoples of the Yellow Kessler to everyone this evening. Can I have approval of agenda as presented? Thank you, John. Second, thank you. And all in favor? Thank you. Okay, it says here that I'm supposed to address the new council. But first, I would like to address the old council. So anyways, I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done and obviously all the hard work that you did over the last 4 years, and some of you obviously here a lot longer than that. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to work with all of you and especially with our staff. And I know over the last 4 years, we've had a number of changes in our staff, but I can go back to say thank you very much to Alison McCarrick when she was here as our CAO, because she was instrumental in bringing me online and helping me quite a bit, obviously, in a new position. Because when you go from council to mayor, it's a different world out there. You're expected to do a lot more than what you had to do when you were a councillor, and it definitely was a challenge. But it was a great opportunity and it was a great experience for me. And I really, it's really been an honor to have been chosen by the District of Port Hardy to represent them and to be a part of this wonderful group that we have here. I mean, we've had lots of challenges, but we've gone through probably what I would say the most interesting last 4 years, where we had started off with a logging strike, and then we had COVID, and then all the other challenges that we have to deal with on an ongoing basis. But I think we did a really good job, and I know we did. And we've got a lot of things on the table that we're really looking forward to as we move forward. Those of us that are still going to be with us for the next 4 years. We got a lot of challenges, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. We got a great strategic plan that we put together, and we've got an OCP that's just about completed. We've got a lot of initiatives that we're doing in our community and some of the issues that we're dealing with, and I know that it's going to be very successful as we move together. But that only happens when you have a very supportive staff and other people that are in our community. And our RCMP, we have our council here, and yeah, Phillips, Andy Phillips. And we have our chief here, Brent, and we have our staff here. And we thank you very much for all the work that you've done, especially supporting me. And I can think back of all the support that I've had, obviously, from Heather. Thank you very much, Heather. It's been a great pleasure working with you. And I know that we've had some interesting conversations, not just about work, but about life in general. And it's been really, really, really great. And I really appreciate your friendship and all the work that Louise has done and put up with me over the years and all the different things and tasks that I've asked her to do. And thank you very much for that. And also we've had great people working in our office there. We had Deb, that was our finance officer. We had Linda. We had a number of people that have really helped make it, and our building inspection, obviously, and also Ross. And thank you, Ross, for having a good ear and listening to me on more than one occasion, talking about a number of different things that we've done and what we hope to do in the future. But I'd just like to say one thing about Leighton. He's not going to be with us in the next 4 years, but thank you very much, Leighton, for all the work that you did, and especially your passion for the fire rescue department and being their advocate at this table. Very much appreciated, and all the other work that you did and all the other committees that you were involved with. And as counselors, thank you for your commitment and your perseverance with regards to all the things that you did, especially on the committees that you worked on. Because, we don't get, I guess, maybe the biggest thing, I think that if there was something that I would like to do better, if, in my past 4 years, would have been communication with the public, telling everybody how hard this council works and all the committees and the dedication that they put in for our community, to make our community a better place to live, work, and play in. So thank you very much, council, for that. So now we will move on, and I would like to congratulate Brian. Unfortunately, he's not with us this evening, but our new councillor, Brian Texmo, is going to be a big part of our council moving forward. We have a young voice on our council, and that's going to be very important as we move forward. So thank you. Yeah, yes, of course. Well, we're all young.
Look at me when you're saying that.
He's
too.
a young Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the oath of office ceremony, which is obviously why we're here this evening. So we'll turn that over to Ben, and I believe that our mayor-elect, Pat Corbett-Labatt will take the oath first.
Yeah, so thank you for having me, and we'll attend to the oath swearing. I won't say much, but of course, the important thing about an oath is that it's true. So when we read this kind of oath, I view it imparts some responsibility moving forward, particularly when it speaks to qualifications and the oath to carry out the duty with integrity and to carry out the duty according to the role. So it imparts, I think, on each of you an ongoing responsibility to understand what that role is, to learn and to respect the position and the laws and rules around it. So if you're going to swear this to me, it better be true today, and it better be true tomorrow. So we'll start with you, Pat, come on up.
My ID.
That's right, yeah, you are still who you say you are, we'll confirm that. So I think this is best as a repeat after me. I, Pat Corbett-Labatt,
I, Pat Corbett-Labatt,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I am qualified to hold the office of mayor for the district of Port Hardy to which I've been elected.
that that's a long.
Yeah.
That I'm qualified to hold the office of the mayor for the district of Port Hardy, to which I have been elected.
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act in relation to my election to this office.
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act in relation to my election to this office.
I will abide by all rules related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
I will abide by all rules related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
Carry out my duties with integrity.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will be accountable to the decisions for the decision that I make and the actions that I take in the course of my duties.
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make and the actions that I take in the course of my duties.
I will be respectful of others,
I will be respectful of others.
demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will perform my duties of my office in accordance with the law.
I will perform the duties of my office in accordance with,
So swear or affirm.
I affirm.
It's heavier every time.
Yeah.
And it's my pleasure now to hand over the gavel to our new mayor.
Yay.
I'll return your ID. Now, councilors, we will do the same. In fact, maybe I'll do phrases instead of entire sentences because you're not looking over my shoulder here on this one. And I'll catch Mr. Texmo at some point. I'm certain. So repeat after me then. I
Hi,
Aye.
John Tidbury.
Fred Robertson.
do solemnly affirm that I am qualified to hold the office of counselor for the district of Port Hardy.
I'm qualified to hold the office of counselor, Port Hardy, which I have been elected.
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act
I have complied with the district act
in relation to the election to this office.
office.
I will abide by the rules related to conflicts of interests.
I will abide by the rules trust
Under the community charter.
under the community charter.
Will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will carry out
Integrity.
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make
I
I
will
will
be
be
accountable
accountable
for
for
the
the
decisions
decisions
I
I
make
will
and
make,
the actions I take
the actions I take,
in the course of my duties.
and
in
the
my duties.
I will be respectful of others.
I will be respectful of others.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will demonstrate leadership.
Perform the duties of my office in accordance with the law.
I will perform duties of
Very well, if you so swear or affirm,
Yes, I'm sure.
and one by one, you can come up here and sign.
Form a line up here.
Like still you.
That's gonna be a hard.
Shuffling everybody.
Sure.
See everybody coming?
Very.
It's like right spot. What's that? Oh, okay. Oh, I think.
Yes,
On the other side.
I know. I don't know if I'm going to like this side.
They were gonna take.
I used to be on that side because then I could see everybody that came in the door. I like that side.
Right beside the friend desk.
Yes.
Right beside your friend.
Oh, I'm right beside the little one.
Somebody put my chair up.
I won't say any names.
I like the chair. Yeah, I know, we're better.
That's better.
I'm done with shit on the table.
That's down.
Thank you.
I guess.
That's, the long.
That's why
I
I say
should have,
it's
right?
two. It's no money. in it.
No.
Welcome, new council. And unfortunately, Brian is not here today. He had an unexpected commitment and, but he will be sworn in and we'll be at our next meeting and we'll welcome him again at that point too. So Gala Kessa, everybody, and, Gala Kessa to the Quagga people for having us on their traditional territory. So those of you that don't know about this, Chief Tony Hunt carved this for the district of Fort Harding many, many years ago. So it's my honor to be wearing it today and, I think it was wonderful that he did that for the district. So just speaking of the past, I'd like to thank all the past mayors, especially the outgoing mayor of Dugas. We have a really good working relationship and I know that will continue even though we've kind of switched spaces. Not switched seats, but switched spaces. So thank you, Dennis, for all the work you've done for the town and will continue to do for the town. It's been an honor having you as my mayor
Mhm.
and now you'll be my councilor.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it.
But as well, I'd like to thank past Mayor Boot for his mentorship and his help in my first term on council, but especially Bev Parnham. She was an amazing mayor and again, if you don't know, she was the first female mayor
Mhm.
in Port Hardy. And she was a role model and I hope that I will be a role model too, as a second female mayor. And that's, I was driving home from a meeting today, I was listening to a podcast on females as politicians and females in politics. And how, they have to be asked to step up. It's not like gentlemen, quite often, they have a passion and they go forward with it. But females often have to say, what do you think? You want to do this? Or I think you'd be good in that role. And Mayor Dugas said that to me. Mayor Booth said that to me. This time I thought I was ready to do it. So I hope I represent not only my family, my friends, but my community and work well with everybody. So well. Excuse me. I'd like to also thank the staff of Port Hardy. You are the backbone of our community, and as a council, we are so fortunate to have you working for our town. We've got some of our staff here and some of our staff volunteers. I'd like to thank the current councilors that have been re-elected to the council. And again, welcome Brian Taxmo as a new councilor. So tonight is the beginning of our 4-year term together as a council. When I was first elected to council in 2014, there were challenges, but nothing that has compared to the challenges that have taken place in our 2018 term. We've worked through the COVID pandemic and are now working through its after effects. Our community, like so many others, is faced with its challenges in health, in housing, in safety, and homelessness. We are a big city, or we are a small town with big city problems, but we are a resilient and strong community, and our council and our staff are dedicated and passionate about our community. We all want the best for our Hardy. As a council, some of those issues are not necessarily our mandate, but our community looks to us to work with our First Nations neighbors and friends and with our community partners to try and overcome some of those challenges. We are the voice of our community, and I know that everyone on council is passionate in their desire to see progress. Thank you again to my family, friends, and community members for their support. But this time, Leighton, Matt, have you come up? So Leighton has worked as a counselor for the past 6 years. Be my honor to be right next door to him the whole time. Sometimes we don't always agree on things. Sometimes we keep looking straight ahead and not at each other. That doesn't mean that we didn't respect each other's opinions and work well together. I'll miss you.
You too.
So at this time, because we all know how much you wanted your name.
I do.
And we have a little gift here, but this is a symbol. It's on its way.
Okay,
You know how things, the supply chain issue, everything is delayed, the mail, everything, it's on its way. But it is an amazing picture taken by Louisa Bates of Port Hardy. Yeah. So when you open it, you can see what the picture is
thank you.
and a card.
Perfect.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much.
lady.
Yeah,
You together? There you go. Thanks. Yes.
thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna take a minute. It's been an honor and privilege to be able to represent the community, the people of the community. And like Pat says, we haven't always seen eye to eye. But I think we've also had the best interests of Port Hardy at stake. And I think you'll find that there are times where you'll have an opinion of something. Person right next to you will look at it from a different point of view. And I think that that's where we came from. And we always managed to come to a common decision at the end. I'm gonna miss sitting at this table, but I'm also gonna miss sitting at this table. I know you guys will all do a terrific job. Thank you very much.
Our CAO had a staff report on the deputy mayor's schedule for 2022 to 2026.
So in front of you is the deputy mayor's schedule. This probably won't come as a surprise, as I know that, Mayor Matt has spoken to some of you about, what the deputy mayor's schedule will look like. So, I have in front of you, as per our policy CP 1.3, we do appoint a deputy mayor for every 8 months, and we do it on a rotation. And in the absence, the absence of the deputy mayor and the mayor both being at the table, then those presiding at the table then elect who the deputy mayor is going to be for that meeting. So in front of you, I have from November 1st, 2022 to June 30th, Councillor Dennis Dugas. July 1st, 2023 to February of 2024, Councillor Janet Dorward. March 1st, 2024 to October 31st of 2024, Councillor John Tidbury. November 1st of 2024 to June 30th of 2025, Councillor Brian Texmo. July 1st, 2025 to February 28th, 2026, Councillor Trina Smith, and March 1st, 2026 to October 31st, 2026, Councillor Fred Robertson. The recommendation is to endorse the appointments for the 2026 term.
So, first John, second Janet. But before we do that, in the policy, could we change one of the words?
Absolutely.
So to act in the mayor's absence in meetings instead of the pronoun his.
Oh, yes, I've seen it.
Oh,
Move the amendment?
I'll move the amendment.
I'll second.
Well, Janet,
Well, Janet's saying.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. So our next council meeting is on Tuesday, November 8th at 7 o'clock. I hope we have as many people that are in attendance tonight.
That would be nice.
We have a motion for adjournment. Sabrina? So I know that there are some refreshments out there, and thank you, everybody, for coming.
Yeah, thank you. I'm the only one that got this one. I'm the only one that got the new one.